Good evening, everyone. Thank you so much for being a part of tonight's sound journey, as well as our Agnihotra Fire Ritual, which will be taking place at the conclusion of our sound meditation. And we will be moving from this location outside to experience Agnihotra, a beautiful fire ritual to bring to a close this evening's journey and connect each of us with this beautiful expression of purification through fire. So welcome to each and every one of you. My name is Carlos Perez, and I am excited to once again be offering a virtual sound journey. Thanks to Chris Belvins at Chris Cosmetics, and Travis, and everyone there who has helped make tonight and our previous sessions together a wonderful, beautiful experience. So I'm grateful to Chris for the opportunity to broadcast this evening through her page. And as always, you are welcome to comment below. If you have any questions, feel free to drop those in. And I always like to say to folks, if this is their first time experiencing a sound journey, no expectations. This is truly a journey and exploration, each of us together this evening to become more clear and more aware of whatever we need to become more aware of. It's that simple. This evening, our journey is called the Ring of Fire. And the reason I chose that name was because of the Annular Solar Eclipse taking place over the weekend, in addition to the Summer Solstice, the new moon, a lot of celestial activities. And fire truly is an element that I feel each of us needs to be clear on and working with on a regular basis. We'll be talking a little bit about fire as we move into our sound meditation. And I wanted to start our time together by offering this sage as connection to the ancestors, to ask for their support and ask for their guidance, to bless and purify the space that we are in, to bless and purify our instruments this evening, the crystal singing bowls, drum, bells and chimes, as well as voice. And as I had mentioned in the event description, you are welcome to join along. And if you have a candle in your home that you would like to light as we begin this journey, you are welcome to do so. It's helpful to begin by being very present and aware of the fire and the flame, which we will be connecting with in many ways throughout the journey. When we talk about the element of fire, we look at fire for both of the ways that fire can express itself through our lives. Fire has the beauty of being the source of inspiration, of spark, of creativity. It is this element of transformation. It's what allows us to transform one thing into another. Fire also has this aspect of connection. The fire within is something that we need to be clear about, because it is seen that when a person is on fire, when they're scrambling around, think of hummingbird energy all over the place, scattered. It's an indication that fire in their self is burning up and burning out. And we consider fire and its properties that can be destructive. It's when you see combustion, consumption, and depletion of resources. In other words, it doesn't create sustainability, which is really what we want to bring forth through this practice. We will be moving through this journey tonight with fire and exploring ways to connect and explore your fire and how that shows up through your thoughts, through words, through choices, through the patterns of life that we can move in and out of quite easily. So before we get super comfortable, we want to make sure if you don't have headphones right now to please wear some headphones. It'll help make the experience more enjoyable. You'll get to really feel and hear more of the tones from headphones than through just the regular speakers on your device. Ultimately, when we begin with the tones and offer some of the chanting and so forth, some of you might even fall asleep, and that's okay. One way that you will know when we've reached completion of the sound journey portion before we move outside to practice our Agnihotra is when you hear the sound of this tingsha bell. And we'll take our time once we arrive at that point to prepare for the next part of our sound journey. So I wanted to read a passage to everyone this evening from the Radiance Sutras. The Radiance Sutras, I often read from this book during meditations. 112 Gateways to the Yoga of Wonder and Delight by Dr. Lauren Roche. And so this was a very appropriate reading for this evening, given our focus on the element of fire. Live for a few days in the meditation. I am immersed in the flame of time, the flame of love, the flame of life. The universal fire flows through me. Step into that fire wholeheartedly, starting with the big toe, then surrendering everywhere. Only the not self, which doesn't exist anyway, burns away. Attend to this continually and awaken into tranquility. Your essence is renewed in the flame, for it is flame and knows itself as flame since the first heartbeat of creation. So once again, thank you so much for joining and tuning in this evening. As we begin our journey, before we really move into our relationship to fire, we're going to do some grounding. It's very important that when we work with fire, that we approach it and move into relationship with it being centered and as grounded as possible. We don't want to be moving and scattered when we're working with fire. We want to approach it and tend to it from that place of being nurturing, nourishing, and supporting. So we're going to start with some earth components before we move into the fire. So let's go ahead and from whatever position you may be in right now, take time to get as comfortable as you can allow yourself to be. And that may change throughout the meditation. You may start out sitting, then you may transition into laying down. You may decide to lay on your side or move around, and that's okay. The beauty of these journeys is that they're not rigid or strict in the sense that you have to stay in one position the entire time. And so as you're continuing to arrive and as you're continuing to meet this place of here and now, start to notice your breath and take time to feel what it's like to breathe in and breathe out. Going slowly, inhale through the nose and exhaling through your mouth. And soften your awareness so that you can become clear on this beauty of breath that you get to experience here and now. And maybe with the day that you've had or the week you've had, it takes a little bit to just settle down, and that's okay. We've all been there. So I myself am going to take a nice deep breath in. I'm going to hold it at the top of the inhale for a 3 count and then let it out slowly, and you're welcome to join me as well. And if at any time it feels like your thoughts start to wander, it's okay. Just breathe, allow them to be. There's no need to follow or attach to them. Just give them space and come back to your breath. And just be there. So in this moment, as we connect to Earth, I invite you to feel your connection with the ground beneath you. Whether you are seated, laying down, notice your body in relationship to the ground. And where does your awareness take you? Perhaps it brings you to your feet. Perhaps your legs, your back. Just notice what you notice. And breathe into that connection with the ground beneath you. As we connect with the earth, we give ourselves permission to receive all that she has to offer us, to help us feel grounded, to help us feel centered, to help us feel nurtured and nourished, held, comforted. To breathe. And taking time to connect with our breath once again. And take a nice deep breath in as we hold it at the top of the inhale for 2 counts and slowly release. As we move into the elements of fire, let's rest our hands directly over the solar plexus. So placing one or both of your hands along the upper abdomen. And just breathe into that space. In Ayurvedic tradition, the solar plexus is the chakra associated with the element of fire. And physically, this is the region of our body that is responsible for generating the fire as it pertains to digestion. The solar plexus is our connection to the great I am, our will and our power. And notice the areas in your life where perhaps you've been giving your power to people, places, and things. May the tones and guidance from the ancestors and the ascended masters and archangels assist you in reclaiming your power, shifting and moving from darkness to light, from fear to love, from untruth to truth. Where are you ready to step into your power? Can you visualize shift, a change. Om Asatoma Satgamaya Tamasoma Yotsir Gamaya Nichamre Amritam Gamaya. If you are called to breathe in deeply during this meditation, please allow yourself to connect with the Manipura, solar plexus, your fire, from a place of love. Om Asatoma Satgamaya Tamasoma Yotir Kamaya Michamre Amritam Gamaya. Om Asatoma Satgamaya Tamasoma Yotir Kamaya Michamre Amritam Gamaya. Om Asatoma Satgamaya Tamasoma Yotir Gamaya Michamre Amritam Gamaya. Om Asatoma Satgamaya Tamasoma Yotir Gamaya Michamre Amritam Gamaya. Om Asatoma Satgamaya Tamasoma Yotir Gamaya Michamre Amritam Gamaya. Om Asatoma Satgamaya Tamasoma Yotir Gamaya Michamre Amritam Gamaya. Om Asatoma Satgamaya Tamasoma Yotir Gamaya Michamre Amritam Gamaya. Om Asatoma Satgamaya Tamasoma Yotir Gamaya Michamre Amritam Gamaya. Om Asatoma Satgamaya Tamasoma Yotir Gamaya Michamre Amritam Gamaya. Om Asatoma Satgamaya Tamasoma Yotir Gamaya Michamre Amritam Gamaya. Om Asatoma Satgamaya Tamasoma Yotir Gamaya Michamre Amritam Gamaya. Om Asatoma Satgamaya Tamasoma Yotir Gamaya Michamre Amritam Gamaya. Om Asatoma Satgamaya Tamasoma Yotir Gamaya Michamre Amritam Gamaya. Om Asatoma Satgamaya Tamasoma Yotir Gamaya Michamre Amritam Gamaya. Om Asatoma Satgamaya Tamasoma Yotir Gamaya Michamre Amritam Gamaya. Once again, bringing awareness to your breath. Allow yourself to take a nice deep breath in, letting it out slowly. As we bring our awareness now to the area of our heart, if it resonates with you, you can rest your hands over your heart and notice what it feels like to breathe from this space. When we connect to our heart space, we gain access to our inner compass, the truth within. We connect to the strongest creator of electromagnetic energy in the body. When you breathe into your heart space, I ask that you think of something that you are grateful for in this moment. Simultaneously breathing into your heart, noticing the movement of breath from the heart, and allowing your thoughts to connect to whatever you are grateful for in this moment. Whether it be a person, a place, or a thing. What does gratitude feel like right now? Where do you notice it? And try to feel a connection of gratitude with your heart. Breathing this frequency of gratitude from the heart outwards, first filling every part of your own body. And with each breath, the wave of gratitude gradually expands from your heart through the rest of your body. I am grateful. Thank you. And throughout this meditation, you can then allow those thoughts to circulate and move freely from one reference of gratitude to the next. Taking this time to dance from your heart with gratitude. And what would you notice? What would it feel like if the wave of gratitude could expand beyond your physical body, moving through space and time from wherever you are right now, outside of that space, expanding outside of that home, that building, structure, the land? How far can you stretch? How far can you expand the vibration of gratitude from your heart? again, allowing yourself to take a nice deep breath in. And from this place, let's explore and connect with our vision, our intuition. The space within each of us that sees beyond time and space, that knows before knowing. Fire allows us to create sometimes what we see as the end is truly a completion of a cycle, the completion of a pattern, of a way. And sometimes we want things to return to a way. Perhaps there's familiarity. Perhaps there was a sense of comfort of what was. And if there's one thing each of us knows to be a universal constant in life, is the gift of change. But when we see life as happening to us, we restrict the experience of the gift to make itself known. When we consciously choose to see life happening for us, it connects us to our power. It connects us to the state of new beginnings and creating the new way, a different way. So as we connect with the power of the new moon, inviting us to not only create intention, but to make choices, to invite thoughts and words into our daily lives that resonate with the new beginnings. We begin to create the new world. Each of us. The change that we wish to see is the change we must emulate. Be the change you wish to see in the world. And so take this time to explore through your mind's eye visions and images of your dreams. What does it look like? Can you see it? Can you feel what it's like knowing that it already exists and it's looking for you as much as you are searching for it? And we move forward by acknowledging the past and ensuring that our feet, our body, our heart, and our mind is focused and clear, moving forward in the trajectory of the path that we are meant to be on. What does that look like to you? And it can be material or beyond the material. Is there a feeling that you wish to invite into your life experience more regularly? A feeling of adventure, connection, joy, peace, silliness, yourself to take a nice deep breath in, gently and slowly, holding it at the top of the inhale for 2 counts, and gradually releasing the breath. And as we hear the sound of the drum, may the tones and the vibrations be heard and felt here, now, through all space and time. May our bones reverberate to help us awaken that which has been dormant, the part of us in incubation, ready to be birthed, the part of us ready to be seen, heard, witnessed by humanity. Through grace and gentleness, may each of us awaken to the remembrance of who we are and why we are here. May each of us step fully into our path and our purpose with passion, with the fire that can be seen and felt, a fire that is also warming and gentle, nurturing and nourishing our body, minds, spirit. Ancestors, we are here to work with you, to assist you. Help us heal and reset the karma, the drama, without trauma, to reach our Dharma. Once again, bringing our awareness to our breath. Taking the time and space we need. Noticing what you notice. Being with what is. If you are guided to invite movement back into the body, I encourage you to do so gently and slowly, inviting movement first back into your fingers and toes. And gradually increasing the depth of your breath. And slowly arriving at a pattern of breathing that feels comfortable and easy. You are welcome to be still, and you are welcome to move. Trust what shows up. Allow this moment to be, and surrender for the moment needing to be anything other than what it is. And so taking this time for yourself to notice what's different. Notice what has shifted. Notice the stillness. This journey will continue as we move into the next phase of our time together this evening, connecting with the Agnihotra Fire Ceremony. If you need time to hydrate, to stretch, please do so. I will be gradually moving and heading upstairs and outside as we take a journey together from the studios to nature. And we'll have time to discuss Agnihotra. I'll explain a little bit for those that weren't able to experience it last night at sunset. And then we will bring our journey to a close once the Agnihotra has completed. So the time is 8:12. The sunset is at 8:25 with 42 seconds. And I'll be lighting the Agni around 8:22, 8:23. So we have time. Allow yourself to do what you need to do. If this is where our journey has reached its completion, thank you. Thank you for being a part of this shared moment and experience. If you enjoyed your experience this evening, you're welcome to donate through PayPal or Venmo. That information is in the description of the video, and I'll include it in the comments section as well. And if you really enjoyed the connection we had, then I encourage you to reach out and let's connect some more. I'd love to explore more of how we can journey together and feel more at ease, feel more at peace. And for those of you continuing the journey with me for Agnihotra, it's time to take a little walk. Blessings, each and every one of you. Okay. So you get to see a little bit of the studio space here as we move from cellars to the upstairs. Hopefully no one feels dizzy from the movement. Okay. It's beautiful to be outside in nature. Okay, so we're just going to take a moment and set things up here. Okay. So, welcome to our practice of Agnihotra. We're just under the 10-minute mark, which gives me an opportunity to talk about this practice, this ritual. You know, we were able to do it last evening to honor the summer solstice, and my elder, who I learned this from, her name is Ann Sousa of Healing the Global Village, Ann, was commenting in the thread of the video about how this was practiced, almost 5,000 years ago. It's an ancient tradition. It's rooted in the Vedic science of Ayurveda. Agni means fire, and Hotra is healing. So this is a healing fire. And what we have here is an Agnihotra kit, which consists of a copper pyramid, and we use a certain type of cow dung that's covered with some ghee, organic ghee. And this has been studied and researched time and time again. And the premise of Agnihotra, which is part of Homa therapy, which is all about fire, really, is that you connect with the biorhythms of sunrise and sunset at a specific to the second, which is why we said this is at 8:25 with 42 seconds. And we burn and offer organic brown rice to the Agni fire. And in that moment, at that specific second, we will chant, or I will be chanting, the mantra. Is a mantra for sunrise and a mantra for sunset. The mantra for sunset is Agnaye Svaha, Agnaye Idam Namama, Prajapataye Svaha, Prajapataye Idam Namama. And mantras don't necessarily have exact literal word for word translations. These are ancient vibrational passages that ultimately are about making an offering. We're offering unto the fire, but the offering is not even mine, it is thine. And it's really, I encourage people to read more on the Agnihotra site, just Agnihotra, AGNIHOTRA.org, and you can see the various studies that have been done showing how it purifies the atmosphere at a distance that is astronomical to comprehend, a distance of over 1.5 kilometers from this fire. There's purification, reduction of pathogenic microorganisms, and the effects can be measured up to, I believe, 12 kilometers away. It's incredible. There's amplification from the copper. There's gases that are released from the burning of the dung, which I will be breathing in, which have a purification process. It supports the immune system. It cleans the blood. It detoxifies the body. So this is as much atmospheric as it is physical, mental, emotional, and spiritual. we were practicing Agnihotra with our elder, and we were doing this as sunrise and sunset every time we were in circle. And my spouse and I got to practice this for a 21-day journey, which was really, it's amazing. You know, it's been wonderful to reconnect to Agnihotra this weekend, and to get the kit ready, get the rice ready, get the ghee ready, get the dung ready, and now participate in this with each of you. So the mantra is something that I will be chanting. You can hold space. You have your candle. You can light your candle and just be with that intention of connecting with the flame, connecting with the fire, for the purpose of purification, for the purpose of cleansing and burning the karma, burning and releasing that which no longer serves you, bringing completion to patterns and paradigms that have run their course, and being clear on the intentions that you have for yourself and what you wish to create moving forward. The mantra is chanted just once, and afterwards, as the fire is continuing to grow, you'll see me gesture to bring the fire in symbolically into different parts of my being. And my intention is that each of you be part of this holographic experience together. I will be breathing it in, bringing it into the chakras, and holding that space that each of us watching now or later can connect and receive the power of the purification of Agnihotra. And after a while, once everything has settled, there will be a lot of silence for this part. We will know when it's come to completion when you hear the ringing of the singing bowl. So I'm going to go ahead and get the dung lit up. Hopefully the weather participates here. Okay. Thank you, ancestors. This is a very sacred container, and so even after the matches are lit, we don't put them in the container. And the ashes after each Agnihotra ceremony can be used to make medicine, can be used to purify water, to apply on the body, can be used in the land. And so we are just a little over 3 minutes remaining. You'll see me make 2 offerings to the fire. I have 2 small pinches of organic brown rice, perfect grains to keep the subtle energy intact. And even at home, where you are right now, connecting to that flame that you have, that candle, just take time to notice and be with it. Imagine a bridge from your own heart connecting to the fire. As we take time to once again be in relationship with fire, the fire that burns in every aspect of our lives, through our thoughts, our words, our choices, and all of our relations. Everything is relational. And as best we can, we own where we are in relationship to all things. and then choose how to move forward with it from a place of love and compassion. So we are just around a minute. Thank you to each and every one of you that are here to celebrate and be with Agnihotra, healing fire. May the offering we make assist in purifying the atmosphere of our thoughts, and the atmosphere's connection to all living things, animals, all creatures, all aspects, areas of the planet, and ourselves. And be mindful that this is being practiced all over the world, through India, Europe, North America, everywhere. We're sharing in this connection with Agnihotra. As we're down to the last 10 seconds. Agnaye Svaha, Agnaye Idam Namama, Prajapataye Svaha, Prajapataye Idam Namama. Once again, I'd like to thank each of you for being a part of our journey this evening. I want to thank Chris and Travis and everyone at Chris Cosmetics for the opportunity, for allowing me this platform to broadcast and share my medicine with each and every one of you. It means so much to me. I'm grateful that time and space are not factors in allowing me to be me, be on my path, and share my gifts with each and every one of you. Thank you so much for tuning in. And like I said earlier, if you feel there's more you want to explore together, reach out to me. I'll have all my contact information listed in the comments section of the video. You'll be able to see this on Chris's page as well as on my YouTube channel. I'll have all that provided, and I always like to offer a thank you to everyone who tunes in by giving them a free gift of my top 5 crystal singing bowl meditations. I will include that as well. And thank you so much to all who have taken time to share the message, to share the event page with their friends and family. For those of you who were willing and able to make donations through PayPal or Venmo, it really means a lot. This is my way of creating an offering and producing for my family. So I appreciate everything that you are able to share with me. So, we're no longer in the cellars. From the beautiful landscape here, the cabin in Meredith, I can only hope that the sounds of nature and the birds and the brook are able to come through in this recording. May peace be the journey for each and every one of you. Thank you so much, and I look forward to seeing you again someday soon. Blessings.